What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to talk about Warhammer 40K. In today's video, I'm talking about the lack of Slaanesh updates for 40K. Now, I was going to title this GW just doesn't like Slaanesh, but that's not the case, because if you look over at Age of Sigmar, they got a whole bunch of Slaanesh stuff. Like, how does this not translate to 40K? Like the Hedonites of Slaanesh is a new codex or battle tome that's coming out in Age of Sigmar, and they've got awesome artwork, really awesome models, new interesting lore, and it's really great. Like, why do they get this but 40K doesn't get anything regarding like Slaanesh ever? As far as I remember, Khorne, they got a lot. Some of their models do need an update, but Khorne had their own supplement, and they're doing pretty good. Death Guard and Nurgle, they get updates willy-nilly, like updates here, updates there. They were featured in 8th edition alongside the Primaris Marines, so they're sitting good. Now, they also have a Primarch, Mortarion with them, so they're good. Looking at Slaanesh, before we get to Slaanesh, Tzeentch is also good. They've got the Thousand Suns, they've got Magnus. They could do with a little bit more units and whatnot, a little bit more variety, but they're good. In my opinion, they're good as well. And then looking at Slaanesh in 40K, when was the last time they got an update? When was the last time they got a model? The last time they got a model was like an anniversary model for an Emperor's Children that was like an old school model brought back. It was like playing a guitar, he had like funky hair and whatnot. And then the most recent model was a model that was shared because it also came out in AOS, Age of Sigmar, and that is the Keeper of Slaanesh. So, a standalone 40K model for Slaanesh hasn't been released in a long time. When you look at the Demon Army, there's very little people playing Slaanesh. There's very little people playing Emperor's Children as well, because you always see the Death Guards, the Khornes, the Tzeentches making waves when it comes to chaos. Never Slaanesh. And don't get me wrong, like, I want Slaanesh to do good. There's interesting lore. You've got the freaking you've got a freaking demon Primarch that has such an awesome concept. A 4-armed winged snake demon Primarch. Bring it out already. Fulgrim needs to be playable. There's a lot of lore, a lot of battles you can have with Fulgrim. He almost killed Guilliman. He should have killed Guilliman if he wasn't in stasis and it wasn't for the whole Yvraine saving him and whatnot. So there's stories to be told featuring champions of Slaanesh. How you've got Lucius the Eternal, a guy that cannot die. If anybody kills him, they become him if they feel pride. That is big. That is something that people want to hear about, because we always get questions in the For the Greater Walls, like, how do you kill Lucius the Eternal? Do you have to like kill him using a robot? That way the robot doesn't feel pride? Like, what if he kills himself? What happens then? So I think the more you bring him into the light, the more these questions get answered. And Slaanesh, I could see why GW is kind of pushing it off to the side, because obviously it deals with pleasure, lust, sexuality, and GW's been kind of trying to rise in the eyes of the media. They're trying to become more readily available, such as making comics, board games, that kind of thing. So because of that, there's Warhammer Adventures that's aimed at kids. If the next releases are demons with big titties and nipple rings and tassels and stuff like that, then I can see how that would be a problem for parents like that have no idea what 40K is, and they go to a GW store and they're promoting Slaanesh stuff. Then they're probably gonna not want their kid to dive into that stuff. However, you can't just completely ignore the newest major chaos god that has been birthed into reality. I don't know. Like, there's more to Slaanesh than just like sexuality, lust, and pleasure. There's the desire for perfection, to be the best fighter you can be the best strategist, that kind of thing. When it comes to the demons, yeah, they got a whole bunch of boobs and stuff, but still, they're pretty like intimidating looking. It doesn't have to be all just like big titties and big dicks popping all over the place. You can have really badass looking stuff, such as the Seekers of Slaanesh. Those are essentially like anteater demon ostriches that look pretty badass. So there's a lot you can do with Slaanesh that isn't being done. If you guys agree with anything that I'm saying, let me know down below, or go to your local GWs if it's open because of COVID, and just ask like, hey, where's the Slaanesh stuff? Because if you want to convert, or if you want to play Slaanesh, you either gotta play Emperor's Children, which, as far as I know, there's no good models to play Emperor's Children as, unless you're going all the way back to the Heresy, which means you're buying Forge World models, which means you're buying, currently, Loyalist Emperor's Children, which aren't tainted by Chaos yet. And if you go to Age of Sigmar to buy models for Slaanesh, they're all like too fantasy-esque. Like, the sci-fi aspect isn't 100% there. They look lightly armored, they're using like knives and bows, and that's very different than the 40k aesthetic when people have like bolters and laser weapons and that kind of thing. So in that aspect, it's hard to play Chaos Space Marine Slaanesh unless you heavily convert them, or go to a third party, or just play demons, because that's pretty much the only way to play pure Slaanesh. It's just going the demon route, buying lots of pinks, purples, whites, flesh colors, and just going to town. But it sucks, man. It sucks that we're seeing all these new releases coming out for the Hedonites of Slaanesh, and it's like that one SpongeBob meme where Patrick and SpongeBob are running outside having fun, and you're Squidward stuck in your house, can't do anything. It's like Age of Sigmar gets to prosper and feel ecstasy. Why can't we? Am I right? So let me know your thoughts below. Let me know what you think about this, and we'll go from there. This has been the Sound Alchemist ranting about Slaanesh, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more things 40k, because we post videos each and every day. And yeah, that's all I got. Sound Alchemist out. Peace.